Hey guys, in this video I'm going to do a full review comparison between the Huawei P8 versus the P8 Lite. Now, the P8 Lite and the P8, there's almost, big difference in terms of price. The P8 Lite here is coming at around 25,000 rupees in Pakistan, which is almost $250. Yeah, it's actually 24,000. It's $240. Well, this one will cost you around 50,000, so you will get this one in half the price. So I've used both of these two phones. I've done a lot of videos. If you're my subscriber, you already know that. So first, I'm going to tell you that what type of people need P8 and what type of people need P8 Lite. First of all, if you want really premium design, like metallic and all that, real slim, then and of course you want a little bit more faster processor and more RAM, then the P8 is the choice for you. But if you don't want those stuff, then the P8 Lite will be enough for you. I don't mention benchmarks in my full comparison because I believe in real world performance. Benchmarks are just numbers. They can't really tell the real life performance. So yeah, the real world performance on both phones are really smooth. So I'm going to just start off this comparison with the build quality. So this Huawei P8, if you spend around $500 on this one, this will give you a slim profile, metallic design overall, and shiny look and all that stuff. And of course, you can see we do get the camera on the top right corner, top left corner here. Well, if you spend 25,000 rupees on this one, it will give you this good patterny back here, these lines here. The good thing is that the phone will not going to slip out of your hand, while this one will slip. You can see that. So also, it's Huawei P8 Lite is also thicker. But definitely it is using this plastic on the sides. It's not that much premium, but it's not that bad for its price. Also, you can see we got the notification light on both phones on the top left area here, on this point, and you can see front camera here we have 5 megapixel, here we have 8 megapixel. On the top you can see we got the 3.5mm headphone jack with this with the microphone, and on the bottom you can see the charging port along with the speakers, and on the right side we got the power key, the volume rocker, and the SIM card and SD card slot options, which I'm gonna make a video of how to insert and all that stuff. Also on this side we got nothing, and you can see we got the Huawei logo here, but on the Huawei P8 we don't got the Huawei logo. So that's about the design. Yeah, definitely you are paying more money, so you will get a better design on the P8. Of course, under the hood, both got that Kirin 9 series processor here, 6 series processor here. This is coming with 630, this is coming with 930 octa-core. Both are octa-core chipsets. This is 620, by the way. This is 930. The octa-core with Meli 450 GPU with Meli T628. In terms of the benchmarks, I made a video. You can check it out on my channel. This one scores almost 10,000 more score than this one. But of course, like I said, I believe in real life performance. You're not gonna see any lag or anything like that on both of these phones. Both are running the Android 5.0 Lollipop. Both are running the 3.1 Emotion UI, you can see, and both have almost same kind of apps. Nothing too special on the P8. You can see both have these tips and tricks to capture the screenshot and all that. Okay, that's weird. I think I turned it off on this one. I don't know. Yeah, probably I've turned it off in the options. Yeah, I turned it off in the options. But yeah, the knuckle screenshot does work on both phones, and yeah, both of them have these tips and tricks. But there's nothing too special about both phones. They both are not waterproof or having any fingerprint scanner. You can't expect those type of things with the P8 Lite. But of course, you can expect those type of things like waterproof capabilities and all that with this one, because it's costing you around 50,000 rupees, and if you spend a little bit more, like 56,000, around 6,000 more, which is around like $60 more, you'll get a Galaxy S6 that's a big thing to say. You know, Galaxy S6 is a really awesome phone. So yeah, that's something that to keep in mind while buying the Huawei P8. So let's just talk about the screen. This is having a 5.2-inch 1080p HD screen, while this one is having a 720p HD screen. Now, if I talk about my friends and the people that I know, most of people won't gonna care about the screen resolution and all that. To be very honest, you can't really tell by just looking at the screens that this is 720p and this is 1080p. You can't really tell that. But of course, if you look at the specs and if you are into tech, then you know that this one is having a better screen. And I admitted this is really nice screen. But of course, with the screen, it does come with the big screen with a big resolution. It does comes with the performance and battery. So far I've noticed that this one has a little bit slightly better battery life as compared to the Huawei P8. I haven't seen any major drainage of battery on both of these phones, but this one seems to be really nice. I'm doing some tests here, and when they will be completed, I'll be making a specific video for the battery life also. So yeah, let's talk about the RAM. There are 3 GB of RAM here versus 2 GB. I've done the apps opening test. In most of the tests, the P8 was faster. Of course, you can expect it from it because you're paying more and it has that better, processor and all that stuff. So yeah. Also, if I talk about the camera, here, I'll be uploading the camera test real soon. So the camera here is around 13 megapixel, and both of these phones have 13 megapixel camera, but this one, Huawei P8 Lite, has single LED flash, while the P8 has dual LED flash, and both have almost same kind of performance in terms of camera. They're not special, to be very honest. After using a lot of phones, LG G4, they don't feel a lot special. On the front, on the Huawei P8 Lite, we got a 5 megapixel camera, while here we got an 8 megapixel camera, and both of these phones have no 4K capabilities in terms of video recording. So camera interface is really same on both phones. You can see camera interface is both is same on both phones. Like, you can go into filters and all that. So there's no difference in that. Just that the front camera here can record 1080p and the front camera here can record up to 720p. That's the difference. Overall, both are good, but definitely, if I had to choose between the two, like, let's say if you are a businessman, you want a phone for just text message and let's say and some gaming, and of course, if you don't want a full HD screen, if you don't want a slimness, if you don't want a slightly bigger screen or a better processor, then definitely the P8 Lite is the choice. But if you want the better design, the better screen, and then also if you want a better front camera, then definitely the P8 is the choice. So yeah, that's the thing. You gotta decide about what phone you get. Personally, if you're looking to buy a phone in mid-range category, then P8 Lite is a really good phone to go for. I'll be getting the Huawei Honor 4C really soon. You will see some comparison with the P8 Lite. Then we will decide about between those two phones. But if we talk about the premium quality, like if you want to spend $500, then there are a lot of other choices. Then this phone is not the phone to compare with. I'm just talking about their, if you are a guy who have like $500 and you are thinking about buying P8 or P8 Lite, you're just confused. Then I told you that that if you don't want the big screen, if you don't want the sexiness, if you don't want a better, faster processor, not that much faster, but faster, then this one is the good choice. But if you don't want any of them, then this one is the good choice. But yeah, if you are really spending money, if Huawei P8 Lite is not your choice, if you're spending money on Huawei P8, then do keep in mind there are a lot of great choices out there for you. Especially choices like Galaxy Note 4, they are really nice. And then also we got some choices like Xperia Z2, like Galaxy S5. We also got some choices like Galaxy S6. You know, in that price point, you will see a lot of great choices. You can also buy an Nexus 6. So yeah, then the comparison becomes a more and more you know, complex if we add more and more phones. So yeah, that was my comparison of P8 Lite versus P8. You know, my thoughts and all that. I hope I have cleared up your mind. But if you have questions still, then do let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if there's something that you guys want to know, I'll also make a video for that. I'll be making some tips and tricks video also to covering up both of the phones in more detail. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.